American, can you prove that? Our people are destroyed. Read that again.
The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
The laws of God is good. That is holy. Understand that. Nothing else is.
Right.
Our people walking around saying they're good. Give me that Hosea 4:6. Because they are destroyed for a lack of knowledge and don't want knowledge. We're out here to give you the words of the Most High. These are not our words. We give you as it is written.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
God's people are destroyed. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, in case you didn't know, you are destroyed as a people. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
God said you reject the laws, He's gonna reject you.
That's right. That thou shalt be no priest to me.
You won't be nothing to God. Now let's see what the knowledge is that He said that you so-called blacks and Hispanics be rejected. Give me that in Malachi.
Bring it up.
Because we reject the words of the Most High. That's why we get shot down in the streets. That's why we're the first fired and the last hired.
Right.
It's time for a new change in the black community.
That's right.
Our people are happy and satisfied with being at the bottom.
Right.
If you haven't realized, you're in captivity right now.
Right.
Hey, brother man with the hood, you know your nationality? Read.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7.
This is why our people are destroyed. Read.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
Your teacher should be teaching you the laws of God.
Right.
If you're not learning the laws of God, you're not learning anything.
Right.
You're going to church paying your tithes every Sunday. The pastor is giving you smooth words. You're not learning anything. Understand that.
Right.
We come out here to give you the truth according to this Bible. Give me that in Psalm 119. Because the truth is the words of the Most High. Nothing else. Read that. We're out here to teach you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans your true nationality according to the Bible.
That's right.
You're not black.
Right.
You're not Hispanic.
Right.
You are the children of the Most High God. Come and learn who you are.
Right.
Hey, sis, how you doing? You know your nationality, sis? You know your nationality, what God calls you?
Trinidad.
Trinidad?
Yeah.
Come up here and learn, sis. You see yourself on this time? It's more important than the words of God. At least you can learn who you are in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Do you see yourself on the sign, sis? You're in the West Indies? So you will be from the tribe of Benjamin.
That's right.
what God calls you. Trinidadian ain't in the Bible. Bring it up. So you want to know what God calls you. Now you know, sis. You're from the tribe of Benjamin.
That's right.
Understand that.
Bring it
You
out,
gotta lift your head up high because you're a child of the Most High God. Right. Now, it's something God requires of you. Let me give you one quick commandment, sis, so you can meditate on that thing. Give me that, Deuteronomy. You can meditate on this and get yourself right because you're a royalty.
That's right.
You're not like the other sisters out here. You're not like the other nations. You're better than everybody.
Right.
Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
This is talking to you, sister. The woman should not what?
Wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
What's a woman's garment, sis? You're in college, you don't know what a woman's garment is? A dress, sis.
That's right.
Understand that. You got to come out them pants, sis, and wear dresses. That's what God commands you.
That's right.
You understand that? That's being a royalty. You ever seen Michelle Obama in pants? You never seen that because she has a high standard. That's the way our sisters got to get back to.
Right.
They have a high standard about themselves.
Right.
Understand that. Give me that in Deuteronomy 7:6. Because you're a special people, sister. You've chosen above everybody else. So we must act that way. We're out here to teach you where you're going wrong. It's not beating you up. It's not, it's not trying to lower your self-esteem. We're trying to build you up. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people
Read.
unto the Lord thy God. the Lord thy God has chosen thee.
God chose you, sister. Read.
To be a special people unto himself.
Unto himself. Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
When you put on that dress, sister, God looks at you as you're above everybody.
That's right.
On the face of the earth. Understand that. Now, read that again. Go back to Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Let's get more into that. Because I want you to get the understanding, sister, that... Okay, sis. What I'm saying is, hey, get out the pants and put on a dress. Because the Most High God, He don't like that. He hates that. Understand that. But hey, our people, they do not want to hear the words of the Most High God. Right. They out here to give our people the medicine. All they got to do is take it. Medicine ain't always sweet. It's not always good. It's not always going to taste good. But we're out here, we're commanded. Give me that in Isaiah 50:81. We're commanded to come out here and teach our people. What's going on, brother? You know your nationality? What would your father be considered as? You don't know what your father is? Is he African American?
African American. Yes.
You considered as African American? Hold that, give me Numbers 1 and 18. Because a lot of people will tell you that you may be mixed. You're a mixed nationality. We're going to see what God says according to the Bible. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Read.
And they declared their pedigrees after their family.
You know what a pedigree is? That's a lineage, a bloodline. Read.
By the house of their fathers.
By the house of who?
Their fathers.
So whatever your father is, that's what you are.
That's right.
You said your father is an African American? You would be from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Do you know who else come from the tribe of Judah? Give me that. Because hey, this is something our people don't know. Jesus the Christ, the black Messiah, come from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
This is your direct ancestor.
Right.
Bring it up. This is something that you must know in this last time. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
It is evident, it is for sure that Jesus the Christ come out of Judah.
Right.
Go to Jeremiah 14:2. Now let's see what color the Jews was, because we prove all things according to the Bible.
Right.
We're going to let you find out today something. This is going to be the greatest history that you ever learned.
Right.
You're not going to learn this in the college. They're going to teach you to continue to work for them, to stay up under them.
Right.
We're supposed to be in rulership. Everybody is supposed to be up under us. All the other nations, the whites, the Hispanic, the Arabs, the Africans, they're all supposed to be up under us.
Right.
Our servants. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning.
Judah mourning. The blacks, we in mourning, right? We're at the bottom of society. Read.
And the gates thereof language.
Our leaders, Reverend Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, they're out there getting paid. They're fattening their pockets. T.D. Jakes, they're getting their pockets filled. They're not doing nothing for their people.
Right.
They're buying $60 million jets. They're not putting nothing back to the community.
Right.
Think about what $60 million that Creflo asked for. How many schools do you think he could have built with that money? He could have built his own college, right? But what? He want a jet, and he already got 3 other jets.
Right.
That show you that they're greedy. They've been hired to do what they're doing. Read.
They are black unto the ground.
What color are the Jews?
They are black unto the ground.
The Jews are black unto the ground. Different shades of brown. Understand that. Now that you know that you're from the tribe of Judah, you're probably wondering, how do we know that the so-called blacks are from the tribe of Judah? How do we know that the so-called blacks are from the 12 tribes of Israel? Give me that Deuteronomy.
Get the book.
Start at verse 1, Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Let's give this brother the whole understanding.
Bring it out. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1.
I'll read.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
You ever heard of Moses? Moses, he freed the children of Israel from Pharaoh, right? So he's speaking to who?
All Israel.
All Israel. Moses is speaking to all these people on this side.
That's right.
Understand that. Go to 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Moses said, hey, we don't want to listen to God, something's going to happen to us. Pay attention, listen up, bro.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
If we didn't want to do all God's commandments, something was going to happen to us.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Moses told the Israelites, hey, if you don't do what God says, these curses are going to come upon you. Is curses good? No, curses are bad things. Let's get straight to the meat. Go to 68.
Bring it out.
So we're going to show you, how do we know that you're from the tribe of Judah? How do we know that you're an Israelite according to the Bible?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Okay. God says, since you don't want to listen to me, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. Did we ever go back to Egypt once we got freed? No, we didn't. So Egypt means something. It's synonymous for something in the Bible. We're going to give you the understanding. Give me that Exodus 20.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
This is the definition of Egypt. Read.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt means bondage. What's another word for bondage? Slavery. All praises. Go back.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He was going to bring us into what? Bondage, slavery again. Read.
With ships.
With ships. How did we get over here? How did our ancestors get here? To America, Jamaica, the islands. How did we get there? Read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Just like Moses was telling the Israelites, it was going to happen. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Read.
And there,
America, South America, Jamaica, and there, read.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bond men and bond women.
Did that happen to the so-called blacks and Jamaicans? Read that bottom part again. And there. And there, once you got off the slave ships, this is what will happen. Read.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bond men and bond women.
Slave men and slave women. Who was we sold to once we got off them ships?
Slave masters and who would do whatever.
So whose history are we reading about? This is our history. That's why they can't teach us history in school, because they got to go to the book, the Bible, to teach us. Bring it up. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Now that you know that you're an Israelite, it's something that the Most High God requires of you. That's the next question you should be asking. What must I do now that I know this information? Now that I know I'm not African American anymore.
Right.
Now that I know I'm not a Negro. Now that I know I'm not colored. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does God require of you, brother? You staying, you listening, you understanding. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
You must fear God. Read.
To walk in all his ways.
Walk in his ways is in the Bible.
Right. And to love him.
To love him. Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
You must serve God with all your heart and soul.
The commandments.
To keep the commandments, brother. That's what we're made for, to keep the commandments of God. Nothing else.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates on all our YouTube channels. Shalom.